Hello everybody, Arcanova here, getting back to some more Trails from Zero. Well, last we left off, we entered Stargazer's tower and started exploring that. And now we're gonna go even further inside of it to try and find Gin. That's not all we did last time, but it is the last thing we did last time.
宝石を開始しました。
俺の番だな。
さてと。エニグマ駆動。
Oh. Smash him with Galleon Tower.
先を急ぎましょう。
Oh, big up. I wanna go grab this chest.
よーし、一気に行くぞ。ここ。
はいは。
俺の番だ。
社長。
俺の分。まあ、こんなもんかね。
You keep leveling up there, Noelle Matrixy. EP2, huh? Franz Seeker is in the wrong world. We're seeking Franz. Dumb. I wonder, how do I make Death Scream? There is no Death Scream, huh? I guess they realized it was too damn strong, huh? Are there no friggin' actual... Alright, so water has one. Fire does not have one. Wind does not have one. Time Space and Mirage don't have one. Oh wait, no. Mirage does. Avalon Gate. Art's effect range +1, so maybe it can turn things into all? Oh boy, freaking E. Oh man. They nerfed EP cut, holy crap. Oh boy. Oh wait. Yeah, Earth should have one, right? No? Yeah, no, it's just water. And... Water and Mirage are the only ones that have all... Freaking all target attacks. That's kinda sad. Oh, Chariot of Sadness.
注意してください。
That's
さてと、宝石を開始しました。任せて。エニグマ駆動。
よし、よ。
Sad Chariot.
データ収集終了しました。
Maybe Death Scream will be in the next
そこ
game.
です。先生とも始めましょう。私もそこです。私の番ね。
You know what they say? I wouldn't know. I've always been here. Right. This place is just spectacularly gorgeous.
敵えい、そこです、そこです。えいえい。
おっしゃ
Indeed. Alright. So let's go up here and see what we can see.
あ、
Get him down, open up that
先生
monster
可能
chest.
始めましょう。えい、任せて。行きます。任せて。
よし
私のえい。
おっしゃ
Take him down,
こんな
Randy.
もんか
Dope.
ね
Alright. Maybe I can fight this monster chest? That'd be nice. For once. So I have to go up to one cell and go back down.
さて
よしそこだ
さて
任せ
さてはい、そこです。
そこだ行くぞさあ行くぞ
援護します。さてえい、任せて。
よしいやまだまだ
Take him down, bros. Take him down.
さあ、
Upon further inspection, you found a Zerum capsule. You wish. I wouldn't say no to a Zerum capsule. Super healing item. Alright. Friggin' our pal Yin's waiting for us up there. But he can keep waiting because we have loot to find.
任せ
We have loot
今
to
だわ、み
break.
んな。上出来かしら。
Getting a lot of upgrade materials now, which is nice. How many do I actually have on hand now? It'd be an ingredient, I'm assuming. 6. Holy crap. Ah, Chariot.
敵接近。
おっしゃ
狙い撃つわ。
ほらよ任せてくれ
Oh, that could have been fun, but it wasn't. So I'm saying.
行きます。記念さん来て任せて。
Alright, Galleon Tower. Let's Galleon Tower.
エニグマ駆動。さて
おっしゃ
Right, that was a good
よ
try.
しいや
任せて。
行くぜ
さてと、
任せてくれ
はい、そこです。
おっしゃよし
私そこです。
任せろちょろいぜ
Alright, what do I get? Holy Chain. What is that? She doesn't need this anymore. Prevents one shots. Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, Tio is my white mage. And my, element haver. Elementalist. What even is this room? I've never seen bookshelves this big. Is this some sort of armillary sphere? It said that this tower was constructed by the powerful alchemists of the past. That did sound like Rixia. You! That black outfit. It's about damn time you came out of the shadows. I've been waiting for you. And I see you brought along a fifth wheel as well. I'm just here as backup, don't mind me. Very well. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Special Sports Section. I am known as Yin. Allow me to thank you for agreeing to my request. I imagine getting here was no small feat. Yeah, it wasn't easy. You've had us running in circles for a while now. The monsters didn't make it easy either. Do we have you to thank for that too? I assure you, those strange beings were wandering in here long before I found them. In order to maintain my edge, I searched for a hunting ground worthy of my skills. I eventually found this tower, but it's proven more interesting than I initially thought. So it wasn't your doing after all. I think it would be difficult for one person to fill the entire tower with those monsters, even for someone like Yin. Now, I know you must have a multitude of questions for me, but before that, allow me to administer the final test. I now know who Yin is. That sword proves it. I've seen that sword before. Test? What are you planning? Weakness does not interest me. Do you possess the strength to fulfill my request? Come at me with all of your might. Here we go. He does not appear to be bluffing. I'd like to say we got this one in the bag because of our numbers, but keep your eyes open, guys. This guy's the real deal. No holding back now, guys. Right, let's give it everything we've got. I see you've stoked the flames of your fighting spirit. Prepare yourselves, Triple S.
さあ任せてこい。
はい分析を開始しました。
So resist, poison, burn, all that good shit.
行くぞ。みんな
私の番ね。エニグマ駆動。
Oh, they know the body.
行くぜ。ほらよ。行くぞ。
私の番です。決めないと。来て任せて。
This craft menuless combo craft. There are powerful techniques combine two character strengths. Unleash these powerful attacks to target any enemies within range of either character involved.
エリー。任せろ。こいつはどうだ。
さてと。ガンナーモーダーを抜ける。この程度に。
行くぜ。俺の番だな。
Oh, they both need 100 CP, which Link does not have.
なんとかしないと。ドライブ負けられない。
He's got it now.
ロイド。
Arresto!
よかった。
So my theory was correct. How about that? Did we beat him? I need some rest. Well, at least we don't have to worry about this guy anymore. No, I wouldn't get your hopes up. What do you mean? That man over there has quite the keen senses. What? Some sort of talisman? When did he even... He went completely under my radar. Letting a double take care of things while you kick back and observe the fight, eh? Might be a handy power, but I can't say it's very courteous. If I somehow offended you, you have my sincerest apologies. However, the fact that you could keep up with my movement during that battle, your sharp eyes are most impressive. Well, my combat experience over the years hasn't been for nothing. Up for another round? I'll respectfully decline. I can't deny it, your strength is first class. At our level, we can't hold a candle to you. With that in mind, what business did you have with the Triple S? Oh, but Lloyd Bannings. Surely you must have some idea, no? Huh? Lloyd, what does he mean? Oh, I've researched you. Your investigative aptitude is nothing to scoff at. You should understand what I'm after. I do. Your request is likely about one thing. The Monsieur's threat letter that was sent to Archangel for Ilia. That's your aim, isn't it? Precisely. But what exactly would I want to talk about regarding that letter? I know what you're referring to. author of the threat letter. It wasn't you, was it? What? You serious? Don't tell me. Indeed. The Yin you see before you did not send that letter to Ilia Platier. The true culprit is a copycat. Looks like my hunch was right. Something felt off when we were conducting the investigation. The legendary assassin, Yin, a demon hailing from the eastern quarter. The deeper we dove into the investigation, the more the fog surrounding you lifted. However, the threat letter struck me as more of a bluff than the real deal. Even Ilia herself brushed it aside, thinking it was no more than a prank. That's right. Ilia Platier is a genius. She most likely realized that the true target behind the letter wasn't her. That being the case, why was such a thing sent to Arc-en-Ciel in the first place? I'm not sure if I have a full grasp on the situation, but couldn't it just be a simple prank by someone who doesn't like the troop? No, we can limit the suspects to people who knew that Yin had come to Crossville. Heiyue, Ravache, the 1st Division, and any of their associates. Oh, is that so? When you put it like that, the odds of this being a prank do seem incredibly low. Correct again, Bannings. Still, it's impossible for Arc-en-Ciel's new show to get cancelled over a lone threat letter. What is curious is that letter made sure to target Ilia directly by name. As a result, the 1st Division became involved and began to take extreme safety precautions. Precautions that cover the possibility of her being targeted during the show. In other words, the true culprit behind the letter created this diversion in order to accomplish some other goal? Or perhaps to allow himself some time to prepare for said other goal? That is a likely scenario. I'd like to make a formal request. Uncover the culprit who stole my name and thwart his plan. Excuse me? Being sort of a selfish bastard there, aren't you? Think what you want of me, but you'd be foolish to ignore this. I, too, haven't the slightest idea of who he is or what he intends to accomplish, but surely you can see that someone is in his crosshairs, no? Maybe so. That very well could be the case, but why go out of your way to ask us for help? Why not do it yourself? Despite my appearance, I'm somewhat preoccupied. Dealing with Ravache alone keeps me plenty busy. Oh? So you really are assisting Heiyue with the fight against the Mafia. Do you enjoy this, knowing we can't do anything about it? Calm yourself, Bannings. We'd rather avoid the guild, so we're careful not to involve any citizens in our bouts. Well, Heiyue is, at least. Yin. In any case, I will not allow someone to use my name without consequence. Triple S, will you accept my request? Fine. We'll stop the true culprit from carrying out his plan, but don't think we're doing it for your sake, Yin. That suits me. But where do we even begin? We have no leads, no idea who the culprit is, and no motive. I might have a lead for you. If the culprit's plan truly does involve Arc-en-Ciel, he must be planning to act out on either the opening day of the performance or the day of the private performance. Those days would be ideal for our culprit, yes? I was thinking the same thing, man. If he wants to have a good time, he'd probably go for the opening day, you know? Then again, he might want to make his move while he's surrounded by a ton of influential figures at the preview performance. Precisely. I ask you to stay vigilant on both of those days. You will have to outwit the 1st Division in order to be able to patrol the theater during the 2 performances. Once you accomplish that, respond accordingly to whatever may transpire. Easier said than done, but still, you have a point. Gaining access to the theater shouldn't pose a problem, as long as we ask Arc-en-Ciel for permission. The real challenge will be trying to deceive the 1st Division. Indeed, it is highly probable they would kick us out at first sight. And we'll just have to be quick on our feet when we cross that bridge. What's important here is that you've complied. With that, I take my leave. I'll be expecting good news. Yin, wait a second. Stop! Don't move! Don't think you're getting away! And he's gone. Wow, we finally made it to the top. Where the hell did that bastard run off to? Tio, scan the area. Roger. What? Did you find him? I'm detecting a weak signal, but it's coming from the ground floor. He must have jumped directly off the roof. Jumped? Impossible. He's a monster, alright. Well, this was an unexpected turn of events. This Yin isn't someone to be taken lightly. Good work, everyone. I just wish I could have been more help. You supporting us throughout the tower was more than enough. Agreed, you helped us out big time. You were even gracious enough to transport us back to the city. We appreciate it, Sergeant Major. Really? You're so very welcome then. Remember, you can contact the guardsman at Tangram Gate if anything ever comes up. I'll give a report of what happened once I return to the deputy commander. Perfect. We'll leave it to you then. See you later. Right. Goodbye, everyone.
皆さん、お疲れ様でした。
Next on the agenda, we'll be providing security for Arcane Ciel's private performance this weekend, right? So return to Triple S and figure out our plan to attack? We need to contact the troop anyway. First, we'll need to ascertain how the 1st Division intends to handle the security detail. The Chief could probably do some research if we were to ask. Sounds like we're going to be busy, eh? Soon after, the Special Support Section contacted Arcane Ciel and figured out their plans for security and at the private performance. It was decided that Lloyd and Ellie would take care of the theater's interior while keeping an eye out for any suspicious individuals or happenings. And as for Randy and Teal, they would be stationed outside of the theater, conducting surveillance. Finally, on the day of the private performance... Fancy car. Even Mayor McDowell came to watch the performance. Oh, right. Didn't he say something about supporting the new production to the best of his ability? That's right. Grandfather has been a fan of Arcane Ciel since its inception. I'm sure he's looking forward to your debut, Ritzia. Really? I hope I don't let him down. But more importantly, do you think what Yin said will hold true? We can't say for sure. Still, I think that's a good chance it might. Fortunately for us, the 1st Division will be keeping watch, so Ilya should be safe. That's a relief. You know, was it really okay not telling Ilya everything that happened? I think the troop leader is worried about the same thing. No, it's okay. All I want is for Ilya to shine like the star she is tonight, without any unnecessary worries dragging her down. That's what that's what all of us here at Arcane Ciel want. You really admire Ilya. Why is that? As you might know, I was forcibly invited into the troop by her. Despite my circumstances, I'm happy. After all, until I came to Crossville, I had only walked the path that I was destined for. You were destined for? Soon after, I was positively charmed by her performances. I thought to myself, who knew that someone could shine this brightly without once looking back? Perhaps I ended up admiring her because of how unreachable she is. We all have people like that, Rixia. But she's not unreachable, is she? What do you mean? You play the role of the Moon Princess for this production. And yes, maybe the role is elevated by the radiance of the Sun Princess. But coming from someone that doesn't watch many plays, I believe both of your acts are superb. I know you'll shine brightly one day, by your own merit, not Ilya's. You think so? Definitely, and I'm sure that's the reason why Ilya invited you in the first place. We hit a barrier in this case, but we still managed to get this far. We intend to see this through to the end, so we want you to tackle this show with everything you've got, Rixia. I will! Well, it's time for me to go. Good luck, you two. Leave it to us. Break a leg, Rixia. Well, you think we should stand by somewhere else until they start? Huh? What's wrong? I don't know what I expected. I swear, will you ever learn to be self-aware, or have you always been this impolite? Wait, what? Never mind, forget I said anything. Anyway, you clearly went and made a promise before Rixia. Let's solve this case no matter what, okay? Of course. Nice. Everyone, we apologize for the delay. The curtain will now rise for Arcane Ciel's breathtaking new production, Golden Sun, Silver Moon. Please enjoy the show. The country of Ra, an ancient kingdom that prospered under the blessing and love of the divine goddess. Ever since the birth of Ra, the decision of who was to rule the country was held in the hands of the soaring dancers known as the princesses. These princesses, entrusted with the will of the goddess, brought to light the true, righteous ruler of Ra by competing at the Star Sanctuary. However, ulterior motives lie in wait, leading the influential figures to support different princesses, treating the holy ceremony as a trivial game. At that time, the Sun Princess, renowned as the greatest dancer of their era, arrived at the Star Sanctuary. magnificent. Sounds like it started. The enthusiasm is electrifying. It's a shame. I would have loved to have been able to watch it too. I'm jealous of the First Division. I'm not so sure about that. I can't imagine it's easy to focus on security while such an amazing play is being performed. I feel like we actually got the better deal, to be honest. You may be right. Shall we start patrolling the theater then? The First Division is already keeping tabs on the audience, so let's go investigate elsewhere. Sounds like a plan. It's Lloyd. Can you guys hear me? Loud and clear, boss. Has it commenced then? Yeah, we're about to start patrolling the inside of the theater. You two keep a close watch on the perimeter. Roger. Zeit has graciously offered his assistance, so we'll be fine. How generous of him. I'll give you a call if we spot anyone fishing. Don't let the play distract you. Wouldn't want the First Division to steal the spotlight, eh? You don't have to worry about that. Let's get started, Ellie. First, let's check in with the staff and see if they've noticed anything out of the ordinary. Understood. Alright. The performance has begun without incident. Looks like everything is going smoothly. No suspicious individuals have been spotted either. Hopefully, we can relax from now. It sounds like the performance has begun. I would greatly appreciate it if nothing were to happen. Section seats. Honestly, I doubt we have anything to worry about with Dudley in there. He's a fine detective, that's for sure. Let's head to the next area. Everything looks alright so far. Man, Ilya is incredible. I mean, I already knew she was, but this is just wow. I completely agree. We should look elsewhere. If we continue to watch, we may end up staying for the entire play. Yeah, you're probably right. I think he still looks good. This is the box with special guests. Will it be alright with only one officer to watch? At least Ernest is there to protect grandfather. If anything were to happen, I'm sure he can deal with it. You think so? All the artists have now entered the backstage area. It's time for the real show to begin. All I can do is pray for their successes. To our guests, please do not enter while the stage is in use, Argencio. Looks like a lot of First Division was stationed backstage. We can leave that in this area to them. We should focus on patrolling the interior of the theater instead. I thought I touched on it. I did. Does that mean... Yes, that should conclude the first act. Thus, the Sun Princess, supported by the mighty tribe of the Sun, had to be opposed. In response, a new princess answered the call and entered the celestial ceremony. She was known as the Moon Princess. Eventually splitting the governance of Ra in two, she was raised by the tribe of the Moon. Friggin', oh, this is so much better than Ilya's part. Quiet, the beautiful atmosphere with the flowers and the moonlight, the ripples on the water. She's literally dancing as if she were the moon itself, letting her figure dance as if to the rays of the moon reflecting upon the water. Marvelous. Super spin. Sounds like the second act is starting. Rixia is giving it her all. True, her debut scene was met with thunderous applause. Shall we make another round, Lloyd? Definitely. Nothing unusual here. Man, Dudley must really be made of sterner stuff. He's got a full view of the stage, yet he's completely unfazed. Yet another example of his iron will. Iron will, said. Nothing wrong here. Ilia is one thing, but Rixie is no less amazing, to be honest. Agreed, those two are completely in sync with each other. She truly is the presence of a genuine moon princess from bathed in silver light. I'd love to watch a play like that. This side looks good, but I think the officer assigned here has gotten a little preoccupied. We are in the middle of an Arcane Shell play. Everyone's bound to be captivated. Well, what do we have here? Hiding pastries again, are we? Our plie's terrible habits are truly uncorrectable. Thank you for patrolling the premises. We're in the second act of the play now. Good. Everything is proceeding as smoothly as we had hoped. What a great success! I am ecstatic to begin the public performances. We finally made it to the second act. It's time for Rixia's debut. I'm sure she'll be fine. I trust Ilia's keen senses to scout talent when she sees it. And that's the end of the second act. Things are starting to heat up, aren't they? Was it simply a whim of the goddess, or perhaps a bit of mischief? To her surprise, the Sun Princess learned that the Moon Princess was not a stranger, but her younger sister, separated from her at a tender age. Unaware of this revelation, the Moon Princess faced her sister with a cold, hostile spirit. The distraught Sun Princess, concealing her true identity with a gown and a mask of white, beckoned the Moon Princess to the forest ruins. It was there that two sisters, pure in their youth, would secretly dance and play under the thick forest canopy. Actors, things usually start turning around for the protagonists, right? The audience seems to be eating it up. I know I am. It's rare to see a play this marvelous. It's more or less perfect. Now, if only it was an end without incident. Yes, I sure hope so too. Even if it means that we don't catch the culprit, it would be for the best. Alright, let's make yet another round. Dudley's getting phased. It looks like Dudley is interested in the play after all. Not that it's making him neglect his work. I can hardly blame him. I bet there isn't a soul that would be unmoved by one of Arcane Shell's performances. So good over here. Doodly. Officer aside, it looks like Ernest is paying real close attention to their perimeter. He'll stay on his toes, I know it. I haven't noticed anything strange. A performance is currently in session, so entry is prohibited. That was an exciting performance to watch. More importantly, our special guests appear to have enjoyed themselves. I thought I heard a loud thud coming from the dressing room earlier. It was probably just my imagination. Am I starting to hear things? I bet it was just some loud sound effect from the performance. Oh. This is the dressing room. Oh, I have to check the center stage, the center door. Things are starting to pick up. They are. Who would have guessed that the two princesses would be sisters? Where will the plot take us next? No, we have to resist. Sorry, it's simply too compelling. We have to focus on patrolling. That's the end of the third act, and now the final act begins. The dreadful conspiracy existed only to drive the young sisters apart. Despite knowing the sad truth, the sisters chose to compete against one another. Because, after all, they were princesses. Dancing was their all, their everything. Only one of them could become the shrine princess, carrying the will of the goddess on their shoulders. Their affection for one another is strong. They even fell in love with the same man. Their rivalry burned bright with the passion and understanding, like Ra had never seen before. The two princesses, storing all this feeling in their hearts, then traveled down to the Star Sanctuary, ready for their fated ceremony. Oh. The music and the performance of this play is just spectacular. I love it. Like the backdrops of this are spectacular too. Thank Adios. Looks like the play is going to wrap up accident free, and we didn't even notice anything suspicious during our patrols too. Lloyd, Ellie, what's going on? Is something wrong? Well, you see, one of the attendees has been behaving unusually for a while now. And we only just realized that she's not on our guest list. She isn't? Where is she? Up the stairs to the right, in the back. She seems to be silently observing the S-section seats. Got it, we'll go check it out right away. Stay here and wait for our return, sir. Of course. Is it Grace? I think it's Grace. No way. Is that who I think it is? It's Grace. Oh darn it, why Duddles have to pick this spot to patrol? This is the perfect spot to wait for my big scoop, and he is ruining it. He's totally gonna catch me once I start firing off my camera. Hey, Grace! Whoa, Lloyd? And Ellie too. What in the world are you guys doing here? That's supposed to be my line. What are you doing here, Grace? You don't have a ticket, do you? Nope, but I have my reasons. I may have stuck in here using a trick up my sleeve. Which was what, exactly? Keep this a secret, will you? Long story short, I slipped in with the dry cleaning, and voila, I was home free. So she was the thud in the dressing room. Are you kidding me? Why'd you have to go that far? Well, there's a simple explanation for that. You see, all the friggin' tickets got snatched up by the other CNNS journalists. I just had to take a peek at the private show. But I was following another story at the time. What was I supposed to do? Not watch it? That still doesn't make it right. Or legal. You're a real hassle, you know that? Come on, guys. We're all friends here. How about we go watch the rest of the play? It's finally reached a long-awaited climax. After all, if we don't see it, we may regret it for the rest of our lives. You could have just watched a public show like a normal person. Besides, are you sure that's your only reason for sneaking in? You're not the one who sent the threat letter, are you? A threat letter? What the heck are you going on about? Hold on, I thought it was strange to see Dulles patrolling the theater. Oh! It has to do with this letter, right? I don't think she's our culprit, Lloyd. Yeah, I figured. It wouldn't hurt to ask. I doubt even Grace would take things that far. Even me, eh? Isn't that sort of rude? Well, you're kind of a bitch. Is it? You literally decided to sneak into a private performance for a big scoop. Oh, that reminds me. You mentioned that you were following another story, right? What's it about? My lips are sealed. Wait a second. Is the First Division here because they're keeping tabs on him? Drat, I thought I was the only one who would pick up on it. Him? Are you referring to Yin? Oh, the heck's a Yin supposed to be? Does that have something to do with that threat letter you're freaking out about? No, forget about it. Listen up, Grace. I'm going to need you to tell me everything you know. If you don't, I'm going to have to report you for trespassing. Whoa, Lloyd, isn't that a little cruel? You and I are buddies, right? Sure, but what we need now is some sort of clue, no matter how small it is. So please, Grace, tell us. Fine. You're serious, right? I'll spill the beans, but are you sure you want to talk about this in front of Ellie? Why would we not? Is there something wrong with me being here? Oh, whatever. Just brace yourselves, okay? The scoop I've been chasing involves a dark rumor about the mayor's secretary. What? You can't be serious. I think his name is Ernest. Either way, he's extremely dangerous for the capital D. He's supposedly been secretly embezzling funds from the mayor's office. And here's the kicker. He's been covertly scheming with the Imperial faction Diet members. You think he's trying to off the mayor? Nah, probably too far-fetched. Hey, Lloyd, I just had a thought. If Grandfather were to be killed under these circumstances, the culprit could easily slip out during all the commotion, so long as no one witnesses the crime in action. That's it. That's his plan. Whoa, wait up! What? Is this the police officer who was watching the box? It is.
Samara.
What the hell are you doing here? What? We'll talk later. Ellie, we're going in. Let's hurry. Ernest, stop! Who goes there? Damn it! Grandfather! Where'd that pistol come from? What the hell is this? Who would have thought that you'd show up in a place like this? This must be the goddess's idea of a blessing. Ernest, why? Why do all of this? You were always there to support Grandfather. So why? We're cut from the same cloth, Ellie. You have no idea how fed up I am with Crossbell's sick situation. And, in the end, man only pursues true change when obeying the will of one stronger than himself. That is why I had to act. So that's the reason you impersonated Yin and sent the threat letter to Ilya. You made us believe that Yin was behind everything, all while applying the mayor's assassination from the shadows. Damn it, so that's what's really going on. Have you enjoyed playing this game of yours? You may hail from the First Division, but in the end, you're just a two-bit detective. Be it Ravash, Heiwei, or even the real Yin, if he actually exists. They're nothing more than puppets dancing in the palm of my hand. So you're just another arrogant bastard. Put the gun down, slowly. You can still get off with attempted murder. Don't take it any further. Don't take it any further? Isn't that my line? The life of this old man, the mayor of Crossbell State. I can end it with one swift pull of this trigger. Please stop this. Pulling the hostage card, are we? Surely you don't want our dear Ellie to witness the moment of her grandfather's brain splatters all over the floor, right? So how about you ingrates line up on the wall there and stay out of my way. I'm having trouble figuring out your plan. The moment you step out of this theater, there will be nowhere to run. Shut it! Just do as I say! Damn it, you really have no idea. Good, you have ears after all. Now hold up my end. Now to hold up my end of the deal. Grandfather, hold it! You won't escape. Oh, he's fast. How's he moving so quickly? Randy, Tio, brace yourselves. Mayor McDowell's secretary is headed your way. He's our man. Take him down. Gotcha, we'll get him. Ernest? Very well then. Where do you think you're going? This man is the true culprit behind the series of events. Randy, Tio! Oh, thank goodness, you guys managed to catch him. Yeah, it was lights out for him as soon as I saw him pull out a gun. Good call. That aside, why have you joined forces with Four Eyes from the First Division? Who do you think you're calling Four Eyes? Explain yourselves. Now, what is the meaning of all this? You even brought backup. What exactly were you planning? Well, you see... The hell? He can still move? Haha, as if I could be taken down so easily. I will be the next mayor. With Speaker Hartman on my side. What? Speaker Hartman? Sight? Is that your damn mutt? A distinguished performance, Sight. Oh, give me a break. Ruined by a literal glory hound, eh? No, that'll be my job. Where did she come from? We can never let our guard down. You again. Would it kill you to comply with orders for once? God, unhand me at once! I'll be the next mayor! Oh, my throat from that yell. That was amazing. I'm thoroughly impressed as well. Grandfather, you're already awake? Thank Adios. Yes, I'm perfectly fine, Ellie. It's unfortunate what just happened, but I still intend to experience the performance with my own two eyes. This is my way of paying respect to the wonderful people of Arc and Shell. Grandfather, you honor us, sir. Manager Balsamo. Extra, a glamorous rage and intrigue behind it. A preview of Golden Sun Silver Moon. The anticipated new stage show from Arc and Shell had its private performance. Ilya Platier captivated the audience from the moment the curtain rose with an acrobatic performance. Act 2 followed with the appearance of a hopeful new face, Rixia Mao, who stunned the audience with her mystique and expressive dancing. Together with the atmosphere that Ilya generated, the audience was delighted. I felt like I was witnessing the rebirth of Arc and Shell. The public performance will surely be something to look forward to. The mayoral assassin's dagger. While the drama was unfolding on stage, a more real one unfolded behind the scenes, as the police discovered and foiled the attempted assassination of Mayor Henry McDowell. In the balcony during the private performance, an official statement has been issued regarding the incident. The official orders that suspect Mr. Ernest Rise, 29, McDowell's former top aide, arrived with the mayor to watch the performance. He smuggled a gun and dagger past the security officials, then attempted to use them to assassinate the mayor. What motivations did he have? Mr. Rice served as the mayor's top aide for many years and was known for his honest personality. Why did he commit this crime? In gathering evidence, we discovered that he also illegally misappropriated mayoral funds and had connections with specific representatives. Additional evidence suggests he planned to run for the next mayoral election, and it is speculated he committed the crime of trying to obtain the political position himself. However, the police have taken over the investigation, and so the true motives will likely remain confidential. Behind the suspect's arrest, Crossbell police became aware of the assassination plot in advance, subsequently deploying a security team inside the theater. The team was fooled by the suspect's clever diversion. However, the newly commissioned Special Support Section, conducting their own independent investigation, were able to thwart Mr. Rye's plot and save the mayor. A detective from the 1st Investigative Division said, "No comment. I cannot divulge more than what has been publicly disclosed." Mayoral vacation. After the incident, Mayor McDowell decided to take a vacation. Even though he wasn't permanently injured, the stress on his mind and body was immense. So he made this decision in consideration of his old age, stated a public relations officer. "We are glad that the mayor is safe and sound, but it is far unclear how long the break will be. The anniversary festival is approaching, and all of us at the newspaper pray for his quick return to duty." Yikes, things really got out of hand. Most of the public should be in an uproar by now, right? Considering that the mayor was almost assassinated at the debut of Arkansas Shale's new show, yes, I would imagine so. It's the ultimate scandal. We can at least take comfort in the fact that Mayor McDowell is getting a lot of support from the citizenry. But surely the name of the Imperial Faction Diet member that Ernest had ties to will make the papers, right? It'll probably be censored. Besides, wasn't this whole thing the product of the Secretary Lunatic going wild against his boss? Yeah, maybe so. There really wouldn't be any benefit to assassinating the mayor as far as the Imperial Faction is concerned. On the other hand, they might spin it against the Republican faction due to their connections with Heiyue and Yin. You might be onto something there. Pardon the interruption, but don't you think Ernest was acting sort of strange? It was as he lost his sanity, or perhaps lost control would be more appropriate. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Either way, I can't help but wonder what happened after the 1st Division took over the investigation. Well, as for Ernest, he's in a state of total shock. He can't even speak properly. Chief, you're back. You're saying he's so messed up they can't even interrogate him? Yep, since they weren't making any progress with him, they decided to go ahead and chuck him in the clink. Last I heard, they thought of calling in a church counselor or asking if someone from St. Ursula would examine him. Yeah, that might help. That aside, you four have become quite the celebrities, haven't you? While I was at the department today, I got to witness the Fox showering the Triple S with praises. Boy, you should have heard him. The deputy director? Complimenting us? I find that hard to picture. Deputy Jackass decided to flatter us. I'm thrilled. Hey, it wasn't only him. The entire force had something good to say about you guys. Actually, I take that back. The 1st Division didn't really say much, but I'm sure their opinion of the Triple S is a bit higher now. Show some cheer. You earned it. Yeah, we'll try. But how can we be happy at a time like this? Yeah, try to think about how Elle is feeling right about now. Seriously? Tomorrow is far too early for you to return to work. It's nothing more than a bruise and a minor sprain. 5 days of rest has been more than enough. Worry not. I have recharged my batteries. This isn't a joke, Grandfather. Think about everything that's happened. Please, you no longer have Ernest, and you could have died. Don't you think you've earned more than 5 days of rest? You may feel so, but the anniversary festival draws near. Duty calls, so I cannot fall behind. I cannot abandon my role as Crossbell's mayor over a minor spat like this. A minor spat? Grandfather, are you not in pain? Are you not mortified? Ernest was like a son to you, yet he betrayed you. So why? Why do you continue? If I told you what happened didn't shock me, I would be lying through my teeth. As I'm sure you've heard, Ernest has long been embezzling public funds from under our noses. Perhaps his actions caused extreme stress, and being trapped in his own mind caused him to go berserk. I do believe I bear some responsibility for not taking notice in the first place. Grandfather, nevertheless, I am a politician. I have sworn to serve Crossbell State in the present and future. No matter what happens, it's my duty to uphold that oath and lead this city. That is a self-imposed commitment. I truly apologize, Ellie. Much like 10 years ago, I was unable to stop your father and Ryan. Not only that, but my own daughter, your mother, left me behind. And despite being powerless, I continue to fulfill the role as mayor, as I always do. Surely you must despise me, right? There's no way that could ever be true. You're my hero, Grandfather. I occasionally keep in touch with Mother and Father. It may be heartbreaking, but I know I can overcome it. Ellie, I originally joined the police because I wished to help you in my own way. I thought this different approach would be a good way for me to help Crossbell too. However, now that Ernest is no longer by your side, I was thinking I should retire from the police and assist. Spare me the nonsense! Grandfather? If you truly regretted the path you chose, then you would have returned home immediately. However, such was not the case, correct? Imagine how insulting it would be to turn your back on the road you've taken. To your colleagues, to me, and above all, to yourself? You need not be concerned about me. After all, I have more than a single secretary, and if necessary, I shall seek Helmer's assistance. However, my plan to retire as mayor seems to have been delayed, though. Well, I suppose I've got another 5 years until I'm able to comfortably retire. Therefore, Ellie, you must continue on the path you've chosen. At least until you've become satisfied with all that you've accomplished. I believe an old man like myself has no better encouragement to give you. Grandfather, not to mention, if you all hadn't intervened, I likely wouldn't be sitting here right now. Stand proud, Ellie, of what you do and how you've grown. For you shall continue to shine even brighter and reach new heights. Much like Ark and Shells do play. Yes, Grandfather. I, Ellie McDowell, will return to my post tomorrow and strive to make Crossbell a better place. You've truly saved me. I appreciate it. If the situation were to progress any further down the rabbit hole, it would have gotten quite messy. That was quite a close call. We were almost suspected of attempting to assassinate the mayor. No thanks to your connections within the Republican faction. The leader of the Imperial faction, Speaker Hartman, was likely to be the one to utter my name to that secretary. It's likely that he learned of it through Ravash's Don, Marconi. Yes, I'm inclined to agree. I must say, I wasn't expecting the secretary to go so far as to plan an assassination. Even so, there's no mistaking that his objective was to harm the Republican faction's reputation through us. A truly problematic city. Putting that aside, do not lump us together. It's particularly irritating. Oh dear, how cold you are. Well, no matter. Our ties with the members of the Republican faction can be severed at a moment's notice. And as we previously discussed, Heiyue's counter-offensive will launch after the festival. We'll leave the operation on the festival's final day in your hands, Master Yin. Very well. It's time for me to take my leave. Ever the elusive phantom, are we? Time. What exactly is it time for, I wonder? Knew it. So, I knew Rixia was Yin the whole time. As soon as I saw that sword. I have seen, when I played Trails of Cold Steel 3, I have seen Rixia with that exact same sword. You're early, Rixia. Ilya! What, you looking forward to practice that badly? Jeez, and I call myself a dance freak. Were you always this dedicated? I'm still nowhere near your level. And I doubt I ever will be. You say that, but your actions paint a different picture. You were just as excited for the private performance as I was. And come on, Rixia, your acting is top-notch. You've finally become a genuine rival for yours truly. Really? Well, true or not, I still owe everything to you, Ilya. You showed me the light opening my eyes to a path straying from the one I inherited. Though I suppose I should be grateful to those for this time. Yeah? Don't worry about it, it's nothing. You're planning to practice up until the third act today, right? I'll do my best to keep up with you. Oh, you sure you're up for it? Well, who am I to turn down a challenge? Especially from you. Alrighty then, until it's time for the public performance, I'll improve this scene 100 times over. Follow me, Rixia. Of course. Nice. I have been promoted. Alright, we're gonna call it here though. This has been Ark Nova playing Trails from Zero. Till next time, everybody, stay cool.